Alright, what's up guys? So, Chud Logic has uploaded a video titled Massive YouTuber Reveals New Embarrassing Just a Robot Info. Yeah, man, you know, it's at times it's interesting to see all the new stuff that then came out about Just a Robot, because and that's something that I had said a while back, was that there are going to be people coming up out the woodworks exposing all this info. And that's my thing, is this what I'm waiting for is people that, like, they know Just a Robot IRL. Like, they don't know Just a Robot, they know Luke. So that's why I'm like, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for, like, former employees, you know. And that's the thing, where it's I guarantee and I promise you, he never told any of those people that he worked with that I guess he wronged and harassed and all that stuff. He never told them that he was a content creator. It probably never even got to a conversation that he was a content creator. So, but I guarantee and I promise you, if they knew that he was a YouTuber, oh yeah, they definitely have been like, yeah, bro, we have, it's going to be pretty, it's going to be like, pretty much, yeah, it's going to be October 2024 all over again. We're going to see all these different, but that's if, like, the people that know him come out and they do some exposing video on him and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, if we never do see it, it's like, yeah, we all know that he definitely there's more to his story that he doesn't want us to know about. And I think that's why he's trying to save face, make it seem like that, oh, you know, I'm this good guy, it's just give me a chance, people. And it's like, no, we at least me, I'm not going to. Yeah, there might be some other people that might want to, you know, be all cool and with you and try to give you second chances after second chances, but it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you're gonna have to change for the better. It's like, yeah, we've all changed our perspective on you, now it's your turn to change. So, but yeah, he changing in his vocabulary. He don't even know what change looked like. It's like, yeah, this is what if you know, you know. But anyways, now let's go ahead and see what this video is gonna be all about. Guys, make sure y'all go subscribe to the legend himself, Chud Logic. Like, if it hadn't been for him, I don't think this situation would have blown up as much as it did. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, major shout out to Chud Logic. Yeah, and if he ever wants to invite me, I almost forgot to like the video, but if he ever wants to invite me onto his stream and wants to interview me, he wants to ask me some hard-hitting questions, it's one of those things I'm like, I ain't got nothing to hide. You ask me anything you want to ask me. And yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna be truthful with you. If you want to call me out on some stuff, you got that God-given right to do so. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Oh yes, dude, I forgot about this.
Oh yeah, the Diesel Patches video.
Oh dude, okay. This is great for a little trip down memory lane, isn't it? No one's gonna care about this guy. You have to be so intricately involved. You have to be Beckett. Beckett, I bet Beckett not only knows who that guy is, but he's probably spoken to him as well. Dude, what is this? I've never seen this before. This is great. This is brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know if he had somebody do that, if he did it himself. Regardless,
I must say,
Please
I did watch the first like 30 seconds.
it was a good video. Diesel Patches video that he did, I was like, it was good. I had to say, yeah, I was like, that probably is the biggest YouTuber to talk on Just a Robot. And I feel like they eventually, it's gonna keep just getting higher and higher. Like, there's going to be more and more people that see this. They're gonna say like, oh, this is a situation where it can benefit my channel, and then at the same time bring more awareness to this guy. And I do feel like that, yeah, it's gonna probably be some stuff where Just a Robot, he just crashes out. He's trying to get everybody, he's like, stop talking about me and this and that. And it's like, no, you put yourself in a situation where people are gonna talk about you. So anyways,
okay, this could be pretty funny. This could be pretty funny, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I don't really watch Diesel Patches that much.
Please rise for our.
Yeah, I was like, I hadn't heard of him until, like, I had seen, so the video had got recommended to me. So yeah, YouTube recommended it. I seen it. I was all like, what is this? Then when I seen his channel, I was like, oh wow, this ain't no small YouTuber. Like, nah, this is probably the biggest spotlight that Just a Robot has ever been on.
How good is this?
You know that stadium. how they were acting with that one girl that was singing the national anthem in Spanish. It will probably be that, and then people just kind of, it'll be like a mixture of people being upset and then people also laughing, like how they were Fergie when she was singing the national anthem. So yeah, because they'd be looking at each other like, what is this? What's this song playing? And he's mentioning that was his like nickname for people that did reaction videos, reactionists. And I'm like, fam, you classified people as a reactionist, but it's like everybody that you've talked on has done more than, yeah, they're more famous for reaction videos, but it's like they've done more than, you know, reaction videos. Because it's, yeah, like just for the people that he was talking on, outside of me, it was like Tyrone Magnus. He does voice acting, and then I know this was like back then when like these guys was like, you know, Tyrone Magnus, he's still going, but the 1-2 brothers, Jinx and CJ So Cool, those guys did music. It's just that, yeah, everybody knew of their reaction videos and stuff, because that was what people are going to be interested in. It's like, yeah, people subscribe to them for the reaction videos, but me personally, I wouldn't classify myself as a reactionist. It's like, yeah, bro, I got 50, and it's like, and then what's funny is that like I've gotten more views off of doing other videos and stuff. So yeah, but JustARobot, like I said before, it's one of those things where it's his word over other people's.
So there's this commentary YouTuber named Jar, which stands for
JustARobot.
And the reason why we're talking about him today is because Jar has turned himself into what the kids would say these days, a lol cow, maybe even a lamau cow. This all started with a video Jar uploaded over 10 months ago.
Dude, is that Professor Dreadlock?
Even a lamau cow. This all started with a video Jar...
Is that Professor Dreadlock?
Nah, I think he has that like as some sort of, you know, just, I guess maybe he doesn't want his identity to be put out there, so he's like, yeah, let me just find a random black guy with dreads and stuff, and yeah, just say that's him, you know. And I who knows, maybe that might be him. We don't know. We don't know who this dreadlock guy is.
Professor Dreadlock is roommate, isn't it? But we just never watched the robot versions of his videos. No, I think that, because even when I watched ages ago, I watched a really old JustARobot video. I watched a JustARobot video ages ago about cancel culture or something, and he had like a normal voice, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
so I think that
I had to say I've been dealing with him the longest compared to like everybody that's been, talking about him. And when he was making videos, if you go back and watch the videos that he did on me, like some of the first few videos, well, he has like this one video where it's like, he claims it's a remaster, but it's like all he just did was download all the videos and just put them together. It's like, fam, it ain't no remaster. It ain't like you changed the visuals or anything. Like, I guarantee that I promise you can watch each individual by itself, and then you can watch like that remaster thing that he did, and there ain't no difference. It's like all he just did was, yeah, just download that stuff, put it together, and then yeah, he just made it, I guess, easier to watch all the videos he did on me. But anyways, but yeah, his earlier videos, he did use that robot voice and stuff, and I don't know, I never had thought anything of it. But yeah, it's funny now, like people over the years, like you've seen that people were getting on him over it. It makes you wonder, it's like, is that the reason why he stopped doing it? It's just he's like, oh, I'll just call myself a robot, but get rid of the robot voice and stuff.
It was like a certain period of time.
Like, yeah, you're a bot, all
that
right.
JustARobot used and implemented this robot voice changer. I don't think that it was like a sort of, you know, particularly regular common thing or something for him. Like, for every video. But he definitely did use it at some point. And to be honest with you, I wish he'd bring it back.
Jar uploaded over 10 months ago, defending another YouTuber named Cinebear, who was accused of grooming a minor. It was confirmed that Cinebear sent lewd artwork and NSFW material to someone who's underage in private DMs. Despite this, Jar felt the need to defend Cinebear from the constant backlash and vitriol she received. Why on earth someone would willingly take the role as online lawyer for this particular person, I have no idea. It's pretty much impossible to excuse Cine's behavior and just...
Okay. Now I'm going to start to get a little bit annoyed, okay? Because, I mean, look, I'm not... I'm not annoyed for not being referenced. I'm not going to reference in every video with Just a Robot, but I think there's plenty of information out there to enable you to discern why he might have defended Cinebear.
Yeah, it's like the internet said that, yeah, he wanted them Cinebear cheeks, but yeah, I think it's like, realistically, I think that he knew that people wasn't really cool with him like that, you know, and I guess like the people that he was cool with, they're not content creators talking on his girlfriend and the dreadlock guy. But yeah, I think he wanted to build like some super team, because the question is, and I'm like, that's something I'm like, it just like came to mind right now. Let's say that video would have been a success, like it skyrocketed Just a Robot, put Cinebear in a good situation. Who else would he have defended? Like, who was his lineup of content creators that he would have defended, where it's like they did some crazy stuff like Cinebear, or if not, they did something worse, and he wanted to work on? Because I feel like that he definitely would have had a new outlook where he's like, oh, I'm uncancelable. Like, I can't, they're never gonna get on me about nothing. I just defended this girl and it benefited everybody. He's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more videos like this. So yeah, that's the thing, and that's how the internet works. That's how content creating works. People see what content is good for them. I guarantee and I promise you, if that video would have been a success, he would have been defending a bunch of different either pedophiles slash groomers, or other people that did much more worse, and then he just felt like, oh yeah, it's like, I help you guys out on this, and then you got to help me out on that. And so yeah, just like the same conversation he tried giving me all those years ago.
So I don't know, man, like maybe you go and have a little look and you might find out. Dude, these daily commentary channels, they've got they're laughing, aren't they? They're absolutely fucking laughing. They just stitch together a half-assed narrative about a story, put out a video, and get a fucking bajillion views. Dude, it's so based.
Just brush it off as irresponsible. So what talking points did Jar provide? Well, my favorites have to be Jar claiming Cinebear isn't that guilty.
Dude, it's not an ego thing. I genuinely I am pleasantly surprised. I'm always pleasantly surprised if I get referenced in a video about a drama that I've had some level of involvement with, okay?
Well, yeah, so he definitely will get the praise out of me. If it wasn't for him, I don't think this drama would have taken off as much as it did. I think people would have overlooked it, just like how they overlooked all the other Just a Robot drama. And then yeah, that it just would, because there's so many different things that he did where people didn't treat it like how they treated this, like the racism, the just harassing other content creators. What else has he done? I'm pretty sure there's probably some things, but I'm just going over the stuff that I've seen. It's like a common pattern with him. But I think, like, yeah, if it hadn't been for Chud Logic, we wouldn't have, I feel like this stuff wouldn't have blown up as much as it did. So yeah, we might have seen it. It probably, if anything, it probably would have blew up a lot later, but it wouldn't have blown up as soon as it did and stuff. Because my thing is this, I wasn't even paying attention to this stuff. I didn't know any of these things was going down. If I did remotely see that Just a Robot video, it was something where it's like, he uploads content that you don't click on, you know, so it's like you see it and it's like, oh god, no, it's like you just hurry up and just like not interested in stuff. But no, somebody had commented underneath my video, and the first name that people had talked about was Chud Logic. So that's why I was like, yeah, with Chud Logic, I give him credit for all this stuff, you know. He'll get that credit from me. But yeah, it's it's just like I had known any of this until somebody had commented saying that Chud Logic, I think they say he ended or exposed or whatever. But anyways,
later on we're gonna watch a video. The only reason we're watching it is because there's a short clip of me that's featured, and it looks like just a fun video to end the stream on today. It's about Halo. But I was honestly like, oh, that's quite fun. But, you know, because you know streamers, okay? Streamers saying this, you're just playing this guy's half-ass made-up video. True, but at least I'm actually saying shit, unlike you that just sits there in fucking silence, or goes, guys, I need to take a break, and fucks off for 10 minutes while someone else's content plays. Fucking dirty little thief.
because she sent
Yeah, I'm
her
like there have been some people that have done stuff like that. Did I get put in the mix of it? I don't know how many times people have said stuff like that where it's like, oh, all you do is sit there in silence. And it had a lot to do with just a robot's fans, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I know you didn't watch the video, because I'm like, fam, I have to say I talk more than the person that, like, so just with this video, I feel like I'm most likely going to talk more than, yeah, reacting to Diesel Patch's videos. I'm going to talk more than him. I'm talking more than JustARobot. It's things where people have commented that actually do watch the video about, like, oh, bro, be quiet, I can't hear it. I'm like, fam, then watch the original video. The thing is this. You click on my video, you're going to hear my opinion. You're going to hear what I have to say. Just like I said with JustARobot and his people, if you don't like it, fam, don't watch it. It ain't no invalid argument. It's common sense. You don't like what I say. It's like, okay, cool, that's fine. You ain't got to watch my video, you know? But it's like, if you don't want to see my face or hear my voice, then just watch the original video. The link to the video is in the description, the channel, all that stuff. You can see everything you want to see, but without my face. But it's like, you click on my video, you're going to see my face, you're going to hear my voice, so.
or wank material to a minor, but at least she censored the naughty parts. And B, the minor was being inappropriate towards Cinny Bear first.
The absolute worst thing Cinny sent was this picture of boy fingering her
Whoa.
avatar. However, it should be noted that the
That was all adults presented there, to be clear, YouTube. That was all adults. Even though it's a bit weird, obviously.
maker was not the one who censored this out. It was actually Cinny herself. When I first saw this, I thought, yeah, Cinny's guilty. But when I found out that she censored the worst parts of this comic herself, it made her look far less guilty than I was previously led to believe. Now, I know what some of you are gonna say. Well, we're not saying she groomed a 14-year-old to get with them. She just groomed a 14-year-old to be more comfortable with conversations like this so she could coom. Don't get me wrong, I thought that at first, but it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first, and she kept on
Bro, I hate
pestering
this so
Cinny to
much,
talk
man.
about stuff like this.
Anyways, despite
Bro,
Yeah, they did. I don't know. I didn't think YouTube would trip about it, but I mean, yeah, because the stuff it is in a way censored. But I mean, with the context of it and stuff, yeah, I imagine YouTube would trip about that. But I'm like, hey, it ain't like I'm the YouTube. If you are watching, I'm not promoting that stuff. I'm just simply adding my commentary over a video that I found on the internet. There ain't no ill wills. Like, I'm not promoting that stuff. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, cheer to that type of, no, I'm against it. JustARobot is against it. Diesel Patches is against it. My viewers, JustARobot's viewers, Diesel Patches viewers, everybody is against it. That's only JustARobot and his people that like that type of stuff. So
I'm scared of my own shadow. Did that person get unbanned, by the way? They said I was scared of my own shadow. I feel like we should probably unban them, though.
providing these stellar arguments, Jar's defense video for Cinny Bear was not well received, leading to him deleting it. Jar then decided to make a response video addressing the criticism.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that he deleted the video. Like, and so after I had reacted to Diesel Patch's video, so I think it was his video, but anyways, yeah, I checked the channel, and then it's funny when you check his social blade too, it does say that because I was like, sometimes people will do that. They'll like private the video or unlist it, where it's like they're not deleting it, but at the same time it's like it's just not, you know, viewable to the audience and stuff. But no, yeah, there was like he did delete that video and stuff. So I was like, huh, wow. I like, that's the thing, even with his latest response, it's like, fam, there ain't that much of a difference between the first response and his second. So I guess if you hadn't seen, but yeah, people have reacted to it, because I think I've reacted to it. There's not much of a difference. The only thing that he's like, he's just not, I guess, being like funny. And I'm like, fam, you wasn't even being funny in the first place. It was like, it's a cringy response video. You were supposed to apologize and, you know, own up to your mistakes. You're like, hey, instead of apologizing, I want to talk on how I might potentially or maybe might not, I don't know, but I think I have a fart fetish. Bro, who cares about that? Apologize for your actions. That's the only reason why people clicked on that video, is just to hear an apology. He started talking about some old random stuff, and then with the second video, he was trying to pretty much like spin back and double down on what he said in the and all the content about Cinebear. And it's like, yeah, bro, nah, you just that's why people ain't taking you serious, and they're laughing at you and they're cracking jokes on you because you're not being serious with this. So
Apologized for how he handled the situation overall, along with addressing allegations towards himself, including the possibility of Jar having a fart fetish.
Whoa, dude! It's censored, but we all know what's underneath the censor. We know, we've seen it, we know. Oh yes, dude, I forgot about this. Oh, dude, okay. This is great for a little trip down memory lane, isn't it? Dude, that was a brilliant transition. JustARobot is an artistic genius.
Yeah, can't believe it either, but for some reason, he removed this video as well, and decided to just stick to uploading movie reviews. Until about 3 days ago, where Jar uploaded...
Oh, yeah, dude. I didn't know so, he did a response and took it down, and then that's even worse, and then did another response again. Oh my.
he pretty much didn't they say Cinebear? She did some stuff like that. So from what I heard, so she had uploaded because I didn't even know about the Cinebear stuff when it was going down. Like, that was a part of the internet where I'm like, you close the door, spray a red X over it, and it's like, do not open this door under any circumstances. So I guess from what I heard, she did do an apology video after all this stuff had got leaked out about what she did. She took that video down, then did a video where I don't know. I don't know whether she apologized or not in the second video, but she pretty much was trying to defend her actions on what she did and stuff. And then I think she took down that video too. And most likely, yeah, JustARobot, he's gonna take down this video and then probably try to leave the situation alone and stuff. So, but anyways.
Jar needs a PR person desperately. He needs a PR guy who's going to continue.
That's the thing, though. Who's going to be his PR guy? I'm like, here's all the people that's close with him. All right, his roommate, his girlfriend, and his neighbor. His neighbor is like, I'm not going to get myself involved in whatever you got going on the internet. I told you not to upload that video. What did you do? You turned around and uploaded that video. So his neighbor is like, I will move out of this apartment complex before I do anything regarding your YouTube channel and all that stuff. His roommate, I do feel like that he's probably trying his hardest. I guarantee and I promise you, maybe JustARobot maybe watch this video. But if you ever get a chance to go through your roommate's phone, definitely go through, because I guarantee and I promise you, he's probably looking up like places that I can live at or low rent. Does this apartment building have AC? Like, he is trying his hardest to get away from you. And your girlfriend, it's definitely gonna be a situation where if I don't know if she is a social media person. You're gonna look up one day, she's going to pretty much ghost you and delete any pictures y'all got up together on social media. She taking them pictures down, ghosted you. What else? She's going to start a whole new life. She's gonna live far away from wherever you're at right now. So it's like, he's not capable of having a PR person. It's like, I feel like he would say some stuff to the PR person and then would make the PR person just dumb. Or the one guy that tried defending him, that Vincent person. Yeah, have him as your PR person. Yeah, let's see how that goes.
His autism is too strong to operate on the internet without a PR guy.
Another response video for a controversy that is, at this point, over 10 months old. I say we take a look and determine if Jar actually provides new insightful information to change everyone's perception of him.
Hello everyone, it's me, Luke. No, not Jar, Luke. There's gonna be no voice filter, no gameplay, no fancy editing, no nothing like that. Just me trying to explain myself to the best of my abilities.
Well, I don't think there's much for you to respond about that hasn't already been discussed. Your last response literally went over a fart fetish allegation. Are you telling me this drama hole gets wetter and stinkier?
I want to get this out of the way now. The version of the Cine video I uploaded was bad. I would go as far as to say that it was the worst video I ever uploaded.
By the way, DK had a good observation last time about this. that perhaps someone behind the scenes told JustARobot that he needed to do another response because the other one wasn't adequate or something like that. And then he theorized that what if it was, and I'm not accusing Beckett of this, I don't know, but what if it was Beckett? What if Beckett said to JustARobot, you should do another response video, and then Beckett gets to respond to the JustARobot video on stream, creating an infinite loop of content? Now, to be fair, Beckett did seem blindsided by the fact he'd released a video, so I don't know if he was expecting it. But I'm just thinking that's probably quite a good way to generate some extra content, is to say to some fucking loser, like JustARobot, oh, why don't you do another response video? The last one wasn't that good and wasn't taken seriously. Just do one more response video, and then maybe, just maybe, people will see your side of it and believe you.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like so here's what I personally think, that with just when it comes down to, you know, people listening to JustARobot, he put himself in a situation where, yeah, you can state your opinion on whatever it is that you want to talk about. At the end of the day, people know who you are. People know what you're capable of. People know that you like to twist the truth to your likings, and then when somebody calls you out on it, you want to try to, you know, clean up the crime scene and then be like, well, show proof that I did this, show proof that I did that. And it's like, fam, there are witnesses. So that's why at the end of the day, it's like you can't really listen to JustARobot on stuff that he's talking about, what he says. It's like it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, somebody going to JustARobot for information is like trying to go to Urban Dictionary and looking up the definition of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or something, you know, rather than going to a reliable source and somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. Under any I guess even when it comes down to like dyslexia and autism, I still would not go to JustARobot about that type of stuff, because does he even know what dyslexia and autism is? I feel like he just seen that, he said, hey, that sounds cool, that sounds like something that I could use in case if people call me out on my behavior. I could just say that, oh, I'm looking at stuff backwards and my brain's not wrapped too tight. And it's like, yeah, bro, that's not, it's just, yeah, if you, my thing is this, you want to believe JustARobot, you got that right to do so. You just won't hear nothing. If there's ever a day where I make a video and I say, hey, guys, I think we're looking at this all wrong with JustARobot, he's actually a good guy, there is either a gun up to my head and JustARobot is in the area, or I'm doing drugs. One of the two. But there's under any circumstances, you cannot look at what JustARobot says and take it seriously, or, you know, I guess I have a different outlook on what he's saying. It's like, nah, bro, people know who you are, they know what you're capable of, and yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not going to fall for a JustARobot trick, and then, yeah, next thing you know, I'm now in a situation. But anyways,
Beckett is trying to take Leo Convoy's place. Yes, he is desperately trying to take the lion's mane for his own.
Yeah, cause Convoy, he's all like, I don't want nothing to do with him. He's like, nah, bro. He's like, you're in the league of your own right now. You're involved in some drama where if I got myself involved, I know it's gonna be, cause I believe, Lyle Convoy, he does have his own drama that he went through. I don't know if he's still going through it till this day. But yeah, it's one of those things where he's like, I'm not going to put myself further down to help out JustARobot. I'm like, you're a grown man, you can make your own decisions, you can fight whatever battles you need to fight. So anyways,
however, I do not believe I would have uploaded this draft of the video if Kumo didn't leak it out first. I want to make this clear, he did not link people my video or just play a few clips from it. He uploaded it in its entirety from start to finish onto his channel. And yes, he did this all before I released the video myself. This was not a re-upload, this was a pre-upload. I do have some proof that I was working on another draft of the video, such as the fact it was uploaded unlisted days before it went live.
So Jar goes into detail about how the only reason he uploaded the video defending Cinebear in the first place is due to another YouTuber named Kumo uploading Jar's video first. Jar claims that the published video wasn't the final draft, or at least the better version of the video of covering the Cinebear allegations, and he was still working on the better version of the video. And here's where we encounter our first problem. If you haven't been following this drama, this is something Jar has already talked about in his first response video, meaning this video is filled with nothing more than just regurgitated information, as if this new response video is only...
Yeah, I mean, sure. I think anyone that's followed this drama would agree that there was no need for this further response. It was a great surprise. It was a great boon and a surprise for people that like talking about just the robot stuff.
Hold on for 1 second. Got to do something real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Had to give me some more water because I was like, the crazy thing is, it's like I ain't even getting low, but I'm like, I need my water, okay? But anyways, back to the video.
All it did is just give a bunch of YouTubers that have covered this story a juicy segment to put up on their channel. That's it. There was no new information, no new insight. Maybe there was some element of defense of the multiple videos that he made that was further than before. But it was just totally worthless. Totally worthless, totally pointless, totally unnecessary. And it just makes Jar look like a total fucking moron, more so than he already is.
I think, so me personally, I think the reason for Diesel Patches uploading the video is that he seen this as something that needed more awareness than what it already had, because the thing, like, no, throughout the years, at least throughout the years that I've known of JustARobot, he has done a lot of wrong to people, you know, and that's, I'm like, just from the stuff that I've heard where it's like, yeah, there might not be no video proof of it, but it ain't too far off from who he is as an individual, where he joined this person's Discord server while they were in the middle of a call, and I'm like, man, I would have loved to have heard that or seen that video, because bro, I'm telling you right now, if I ever do get a hold of that video, and if there is one, and they're like, I want you to be the first one to post about it, to talk about it, I'm like, thank God. I'm like, but no, so he joins this person's Discord server. Him and his roommate, Professor Dreadlock, they both joined his Discord server, and just randomly, his roommate, I can understand, because from what I've heard, his roommate is black. But, and that's why I'm like, if that is the case, then all right, whatever. But him, on the other hand, JustARobot ain't black, unless he's one of them, like, South African individuals, and he got, like, a black parent, but his parent's biracial, and he kind of, yeah, you know, he got, like, a white thing going on. But if he got two white parents, at the end of the day, him as a white individual should not be saying the N-word. And I was like, that, you know, when I heard that, that he went into these people's Discord server and was just saying it, and I think there's, like, he was also making fun of, like, some people's wedding picture or something like that. I was like, that's crazy, you know, but at the same time, that's not too far off from who he is. It's like, that's exactly the type of person that he is. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, he could try to play that game like, oh, show proof this, that, and blah, blah. It's like, my thing is this, even if something like that, yeah, let's just say that the individual that did tell me that that they were lying and they that had never happened, it's one of those things where I'm like, but something like that could potentially happen, or it has happened. It's just that we don't know about it because ain't nobody trying to come forward and talk about it. But I guarantee and I promise you, there is probably either a JustARobot fan or somebody that knows him, whether it's IRL or internet, whatever. They're like, yeah, JustARobot is definitely a racist, you know. But yeah, of course. And I think, like, was it this video or what? Or no, it was his response video where he was trying to get people involved, where they're all like, oh yeah, JustARobot's a nice guy, he's this, he's that, and it's like, okay, you're his friend. Of course, I'm saying the same thing that they said to me when I said that friends and family would say different about the opinion that they have on me, or the opinion that they're trying to make into a fact. That, yeah, it's like, those are your friends. Those are people that know you. Of course, they're going to say good things about you. But people like Chud Logic, people like myself, people like that he was stalking at VidCon, we all gonna have a matching, you know, I guess, description of you, where it might be slightly different, but we all, everybody's gonna know that we talking about you. So the funny thing is that we don't even need to, I guess, like, from this day forward, we can, like, yeah, if we just had it where we no longer put JustARobot in the title, mention him by name, any of that, pretty much gave him like a WWE type situation where somebody gets banned from the business, we just don't mention. Still, at the end of the day, if we make little side comments here and there about you, people are gonna know that we talking about you. So
created to save face and give Jar a chance to re-explain himself.
Is Diesel going to go over how Kumo deleted his channel? I doubt it. He didn't even go into Just a Robot defending Cinebear. I don't think he's going to get into...
Well, yeah, because then they say he was also trying to be cool with Cinebear and stuff. And I'm like, dang, I'm like, what? Is that girl like like, I don't know, like a witch? Or like she just has like a power where she just gets people to I'm like, she ever contact me, I'm like, no, I'm like, I'm deleting that message. I'm like, but I feel like I'll be out and about somewhere and I just feel somebody grab my arm and I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, what just happened? Like I'm underneath a spell or a power or something. Now that I did a video saying, hey, so I looked at the Cinebear stuff. It wasn't all that bad. I'm telling you, this girl, she's not normal. She's not from this planet. Like I'm saying, people, get you, if you're anywhere in the area of Cinebear, get you holy water and the Bible.
Side characters like Kumo, I doubt it very much.
After much time has passed, hoping this will all change how people see him. So that begs the question, does the Snyder cut of Jar's Cinebear allegation video differ enough from the rough draft video to save his image? No, it's not to say this version isn't better. Had Jar have uploaded this video first, he wouldn't be getting as much shit as he's getting now. In the first video, Jar defends Cinebear by saying she's irresponsible, but not a groomer. In the Snyder cut, Jar makes it clear Cinny was not only irresponsible, but she is 100% a groomer. It's also more of an overview of the allegation.
Well, beard oil, I've not got any beard oil on. Sometimes I use beard oil, but obviously with my wound, I've not been able to. Which is healed, by the way. Everything is more or less healed. Stitches obviously.
I should get me some like beard oil. I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's a sign. I'm like, yeah, like I've been thinking about it for maybe a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I think yeah, next time I go to the store, I'm definitely gonna be looking around and seeing what they got going on and stuff.
Oh, dude, is it gonna?
Allegations and less of Jar having some sort of contrarian spin to it. And thankfully, in the Snyder cut, Jar removed...
Talk about the cut slots, dude. Now, talk about the cut slots now.
What is possibly the worst segment within the original video, where he interviews Cinebear and tries to paint this image that Cinny is being unfairly lambasted.
New PR guy. Jar won't seem so scary to women once they meet that guy. Leah Convoy ran away from the Purple Menace.
Thank you for the super chats. Thank you.
It is also probably one of the most uncomfortable and cringeworthy interviews I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't even consider it to be grooming until Jack told me it was grooming.
Oh my fucking god, of course you did. Of course you did. Because, like, here's the thing. I looked through both docs. Okay, were you talking appropriately? Yes. Were you grooming? No. So let me go off topic. You were just a bit bi-curious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So good.
Once I kissed an Italian guy, it's not important right now.
It's like, what does that even mean? That's something where I'm like, I'm like, hey, look, there are so many different things to talk about with Just a Robot. What did he mean by that? Like, what did that have to do with the conversation? Like, that's one of those things where it's just, yeah, imagine having, like, you're having a like a political, yeah, let's just say for some odd reason, Just a Robot is running for president of the United States, and it's like, yeah, it's me being, you know, his rival or his opponent and stuff. So yeah, they're all like, yeah, we already kind of know what political party he would be a part of. But anyways, so they look over at me and they're all like, okay, like, TMossBoss, how would you, them calling me by my YouTube name and I'm trying to run for president is crazy. But anyways, they're like, TMossBoss, so what would you do to fix this country? I'm like, okay, so I think, one, we need to worry about, like, focus on the homelessness. You know, we need to build up more areas for them to kind of get themselves back on their feet. And, yeah, you know, give them more job opportunities, have it where the cost, like, of stuff, it goes down a little bit lower and things. But, yeah, overall, you know, like, just try to make this country safer, you know, for your fellow man and fellow woman that's in a homeless situation. They look over at Just a Robot and they're like, okay, Just a Robot, same question. How would you you know, what would you do to help the homelessness and things? And he's like, well, one time I kissed an Italian man, and it's like, they're gonna be like looking at like, cause they got them packets and stuff, and they're like, okay, I know I asked them that. Mr. Robot, what does that have to do with what I just asked and things? And he's like, oh, just give me a second. I just need a moment. I need to go get some water. And it's like, what? I'm just gonna be just sitting there like this. I'm like, and y'all gonna vote for him? I'm like, this is what you guys plan on doing. I'm like, on election day or when it's time to vote, this is who you guys gonna vote for. I'm like, man, I'm like, y'all is something else. I'm like, you know what? My thing is this: if I lose this race, y'all brought it on yourself. I'm not gonna be mad. I ain't gonna feel a certain way. I'm just gonna be all like, hey, well, I'm like, y'all thought Trump was bad. I'm like, this country is gonna explode. I'm like, nah, it's definitely gonna be one of those things where I'm like, we are gonna have to flee the country. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be where we're now jumping borders and trying to get up out of here, because JustARobot as president, that's it. It's not even a Twilight Zone, no Black Mirror, no Stranger Things. It's not. It's like, no, it would be something where it'd be like new of its kind, where it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, vote for me and get a slight case of autism. It's like, yeah, I think it's best I'm going back to my homeland. I'm like, I'm going back to Africa. I'm like, I should never even have been here in the first place. So I'm like, I'm going to my original, I guess like my family tree. It's original home. Because I'm not staying here.
Unfortunately for Jar, the Snyder Cut version was not the video he uploaded, and instead Panic uploaded the version that makes him look like he's defending a groomer. And because it's been over 10 months at this point, it is far too late for this newer video to change anyone's perspective. Honestly, the best thing for Jar to do right now...
Dude, the thing is, sometimes you think, well, why did the JustARobot stuff get so big and so of interest to people? And then you see clips like that. And you're like... Okay, I get it. I totally get it. If I was a viewer and I heard absolute gold like that, I'd be like, I want to consume every single piece of content I can about this drama. Dude, not only does he say about kissing an Italian guy, he throws up a picture of fucking Mario. I mean, it just does not get better than that, does it?
Was just to continue to upload regular...
Dude, this thumbnail, bro. Dude, look at this thumbnail.
The thing is this, I'm like, just even talking on the racism allegations real quick, what's his, like, deal with this movie? Because for those that don't know American History X, like, you're confused. So the movie, I'm from what I remember reading, it's about this this guy where I think it starts off with him in prison, but he's this big time racist. And so the whole movie, I guess, is him trying to break out of his racism and stuff. And then, I think eventually he has like a wake up call or something where he does have to, he's like fully out or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, that's just from what I have remember reading about the movie. I haven't sat down and watched it, although I am open to watching the movie and stuff, because it seems like it's an interesting movie. I just remember it being in this, it was like this compilation of like the saddest movie scenes of all time, and that movie was featured. And so, I was all like, okay, one of these days I'll check it out. But that theme song that they had where there was like the baseball players at the stadium, that's from this movie. And then it's like, then he has like this weird obsession, like where he's like, yeah, he did a video. I think he's made some other references to this movie before. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this being one of your favorite movies, it's like, why do you like it so much? What's so fascinating about this movie? It's like, the white man saying the N-word. Oh, I love these types of movies and stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's like, what about all these, like, what about movies like Django? What about, I'm trying to think of some other ones out there where it's like, it's a movie where it's about racism, but the racist people in the movie, it's like, yeah, they're getting their payback, they're getting their karma, because I guarantee and I promise you, he watched Django and he watched that movie for all the wrong reasons. I'm willing to bet money where he saw like, oh, a 40-year-old Jamie Foxx, he wouldn't be moving or shooting like that. And it's like, yeah, it's just it doesn't seem as accurate. It's like the black people in the movie, they wasn't ashy enough. He would say some old stupid stuff where it's like, what does that have to do with the movie? I'm like, why do you paying attention to black people being ashy? It's like, what is... So yeah, it's just, yeah, his take on movies, I wouldn't be all for that. And I'm like, that's one of those things I'm like, nah, bruh, go ahead and leave the internet, because I'm like, I wouldn't even want to watch your takes on movies. I feel like he's just trying to promote his the messages that he believes through these movie reviews. Because I guarantee and I promise you, you're not learning anything from these movie reviews.
He's banging. He's a visionary. I hope John never stops making content.
Videos, reviewing movies, TV shows, and such, because the people who are clowning on him have already made up their minds. A second response video that reveals a better version of the original video does nothing but merely bring attention back to the drama. Nobody's changing their opinions on this drama because it doesn't matter anymore. And this is also why it doesn't matter how much detail Jar goes into in his video. In fact, it probably hurts his case because it makes him look desperate. Take this segment, for example.
Now I want to make this clear so someone doesn't claim that I lied. I did send Lorenzo a few more parts for the Cine video after this call, but they were very small changes. This was the last big part I sent to him. People in this situation are guilty than you might think. The problem is, I know this community. They're gonna twist it into me defending a groomer, and I'm like, that's not what I'm doing in the video, and I don't want to. As you can hear,
I personally think he recorded all that stuff afterwards, because it's like, it just seemed like that anytime when like somebody's name got mentioned as somebody that he's cool with, of course he's just gonna, it's just something where I think they all got their mind. I don't know, maybe he highly doubt he came up with that. It's like, yeah, because it's like, okay, why didn't you post all this? Like I said when I did react to this video, it's like, why didn't you post all that stuff beforehand, or not before, but like after you uploaded the Cinebear video, so it could have furthermore proved your case. No, instead of posting this stuff, he wants to post. And it's like, why would you even have that stuff still? It's like, if you made your mind up on how you felt about Cinebear and her situation and all that stuff, you're not, at least for me, it's like, I know when I upload a video, I usually if I get rid of all this stuff. I'm like, everything that I did and uploaded is gonna be uploaded on the YouTubes. It's a save space on my computer. I'm deleting. So why did you still have this stuff? I personally think he recorded that. I don't think that like after, like, he probably recorded that stuff like 2-3 months like before he did this response video, so he could have had it involved, because it's like, yeah, you would have posted that stuff a long time ago. But it's like, yeah, he's probably all like, hey, let's just pretend that we recorded this stuff last year.
Crystal, I was emphasizing to Vincent Skullman that my video's purpose was not to convince people that Cine was innocent, just less guilty.
To the people who already dislike Jar, along with the people who are willing to give him another chance, what Jar is saying here is just noise. And nobody gives a fuck who he's talking to and why he's talking about them. The comment section pretty much
But that's just Jar's fucking whole problem. He's obsessed. He's got this idea that people are going to know or care about or understand who Vincent fucking whatever his face is. I can't remember his fucking name. No one's going to care about this guy. You have to be so intricately involved. You have to be Beckett. Beckett, I bet Beckett not only knows who that guy is, but he's probably spoken to him as well. But outside of that, no one's going to care about this guy. Like, it's so stupid. God, it's just such a stupid decision to make another video about this, man.
For itself. The people who show genuine care for Jar and still watch him are just telling him to stop talking about the drama and move on, because the second response video is not only pointless with its regurgitated information, but unnecessarily self-inflicting. Jar revived the drama just to have more people dunk on him, along with commentary channels bringing more attention to it after it was already pretty much dead. Okay, let's see what else he's got.
The thing is, like, I looked at the comic. The thing is, though, the doc maker didn't censor out anything. It was actually Cine who sent it out, censored it herself when she sent it. And when I found out, I was like, wow, that makes things way less bad. It's still pretty bad. But it's not as bad. Like, if you send a minor uncensored porn, it's worse than sending them censored porn. You know what I mean?
No, not really. This should not be differentiated at all, even if there's technically a slight difference. Jar has picked some very weird hills.
I mean, to me, that demonstrates that you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
You're demonstrating that you know you're doing something wrong because you're censoring it. So you recognize that, oh, this is a bad thing to do. I'll make it less bad by censoring it. So, sure, the impact is potentially less, but it's still an insane thing to do. They're just splitting hairs for no reason.
It's like, yeah, there's no defense for it. It's like, you can't be like, oh, well, it's censored, so it's cool. You shouldn't be sending that type of stuff to a minor. It's like, under any circumstances. So yeah, that's one of those things where it's just, you know, like I said before, the day when he has kids, he'll understand. I really hope that he doesn't, because I just think that that would be really, that'd just be so messed up, where it's like, you know, you being a baby, you get born into the world, and you're just kind of like, dang, it's so bright in here. It's like, what's going? Then your eyes open, and then you just see some like blonde-haired Lord Farquaad guy standing over you, talking about in a Just a Robot voice, "Hey, I'm your dad." That kid, it's funny because the kid's not even gonna cry from his first birthday, like all the way from like the day he was born all the way up to his 18th birthday. He's just gonna be just sitting like this his whole, like, just for his whole life. And then his 18th birthday, he's just gonna look, he's like, oh, I'm old enough to get out of here. He's like, nah, he's like, I don't care if I have to be homeless, I'm not having you as a parent. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you're just a robot's kid, it's one of those things where it's like, nah, that I guarantee it, I promise you, his kid's gonna disown him. The kid's gonna go out to the gas station and get milk.
Like, why you're splitting hairs to try and defend someone that you just should not on any basis be defending at all whatsoever.
On in this drama, especially in his first video defending a groomer. This is also a very weird hill, because there is no need for that distinction to be made to begin with. Whether the wank materials someone sends to a minor in private DMs is censored or not is completely irrelevant. That person is still a fucking freak regardless. Like, does the intention behind the person sending that art directly to a minor suddenly change when the no-no parts are covered? The fact the person is censoring the art in the first place tells me they know it's wrong to send this to a minor.
The problem is,
yes,
if you don't
exactly.
say that Cinny is literally the living embodiment of Satan, people will twist it. Even back then, I didn't believe that Cinny was a pedo or trying to get with the minor, and I have kept...
That's how the logic works in the DGen ACC circles, but everyone speaking about Jar just skips where the autist got the thinking from. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So you're saying that amongst the art commentary community, there's a perception that as long as you censor it, it's more acceptable. And so perhaps Jar is basing it on that, which is obviously stupid still. You shouldn't base it on the lowest common denominator of absolute fucking degeneracy. But it does make it a bit more like, at least understandable as to maybe why he's got that perspective. That I can see that, definitely. Still fucking stupid, though. Still stupid.
That opinion consistent throughout this entire drama around me, and even in my old draft. In my opinion, Cinny was not trying to get with the minor romantically or sexually. She still messed up really, really badly, and she deserves to get bashed for it.
This segment really confuses me because Jar admits that his original video about Cinny Bear and in his first response video defending himself were terrible. So what is supposedly terrible about those videos if you have not apparently changed your viewpoints on the situation? Do you still believe in those shitty takes, or have you realized that your take on the matter was idiotic to begin with? Your rough draft video and your Snyder Cut video paint a different picture. As I said, had you uploaded the Snyder Cut, you could have saved yourself from a lot of trouble, so obviously there's a clear difference in perspective between the two videos. Next, why are we trying to make more worthless distinctions when covering the topic of grooming? Guys, she wasn't grooming in a romantic sense. Sydney unfortunately coomed too close to the sun.
I think that there could be some circumstances where you want to argue the toss about certain points. The problem with this case is Cinny Bear's behavior was so egregious. It's not like, isn't this where the volcano take came from? Is this the volcano thing? When I remember talking about this and people were getting upset with me in chat. I think when people weren't as fully on board with the idea that Cinny Bear was like a terrible person that had done a terrible thing. And it's like, at some point you've got to stop yourself from throwing yourself into a volcano just because someone else has done, like, I don't know what it was exactly. But it's just to point out that like there's some stuff that just is not worth arguing. And to argue it is tantamount to throwing yourself in a volcano. Whereas you're better off just not going in the volcano. I can't remember what the take was. But dude, people forget this. I also, well, I'm very clear about the fact that when I first looked at this, I didn't really understand it, so I didn't know what was going on, and probably should have had a stronger take had I known all the details. But then as it went on, I feel like people in chat were actually more defensive of Cinny Bear than they would give themselves credit for now, because obviously it looks terrible to say, oh yeah, I probably was too defensive of Cinny Bear. But there were definitely people when Cinny Bear's response came out that were like backing Cinny Bear. You know, and we're like, Kumo is one example of this, but they were like chatters.
Yeah, I think that's just, you know, fans just trying to I guess, display their love at being a fan. But it's like you bring this up to any and everybody out there that's not a fan of Cinebear, yeah, they're gonna be looking like, this girl's weird. Why is she having conversations, excuse me, like that with a minor? That doesn't even make any sense. So yeah, it's one of those things where I just think that she definitely, if I had like a message or anything to say to Cinebear, I'm like, you should have never gotten yourself involved, like, or had like a relationship like that with your fans, not even knowing the age of them. But the thing is this though, like, and you just, that's something where it's like you have to have respect. That I guess like a kid's not gonna tell you that. Like, let's say it's a thing where a kid is you know, you're talking about like rated M video games, but the kid's parent doesn't want them like watching or being involved. It's things like that where I feel like that's even still then, just like, you know, it's something where it's like, if let's say that kid approaches you and they're like, hey, my parent doesn't want me talking about like rated M games, me as an adult, where I'm like, okay, my thing is this: the day I have kids, and it's like I want people to respect their boundaries and all that, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, they told me. And I guess like, yeah, the kid didn't tell that with Cinebear, but it's one of those things though where it's like, if you know, fam, it's something where it's like, yeah, stuff like that she was doing, it's like, you know that you shouldn't be doing no stuff like that. Because and that's what I always say, it's like, do you think you would have been doing that if the parent was there, if the parent was involved? Do you think you would be doing that if your parents is there and you're a whole grown adult? So that's why I'm like, it's things like that you have to look at and be like, okay, something's not right here. I can't go any further with this, you know? And yeah, I just think that she wasn't thinking along those lines, and I'm like, okay, that's why you went through the stuff that you went through, you know? And that's like, you can't look at that and defend that, because it's like, I don't know if she ever wants to have kids, but let's say you had kids and somebody was doing that with your kid, and it's like, and then like, and my thing is that she might look at it as like, oh, well, it's because I did it. It's like, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But then let's say it became worse, you know, where it was like, oh, they're not even censoring it. Bump all that. They're now at your house asking for your kid. You know, like, they done developed a relationship that's a little bit too strong. Now you got to fight for your life and your kid's life. It's like, it's one of those things. Nobody should go through no stuff like that. But it's like, people, we got to think long term. How could this affect me? You're just thinking of what's happening right then and there at the moment, but you also got to think long term. How is this going to affect me? So
I think that's what happened. I was arguing with chat about it, and I was saying about throwing myself in different kind of, dude, I don't even know where that clip is, but you know, be interested to look back on. But in any case, oh, I was arguing with a nonce, Spinal. Oh, that makes sense then. It was Spinal. It was Spinal. Wow, Spinal, laying it all on the line and defending a nonce. Interesting.
And Oopsie Daisies groomed a minor. So, essentially, you're saying Cinebear is such a fucking horn dog that her woman boner knows no boundaries, including minors. Yeah, for some reason that doesn't make it better. Who cares what fucking version of—
It was before you knew the extent of Cine's actions in Kumo. I was arguing that it was bad but not good. Yeah, my take on it originally was, I didn't really understand what was going on. And then before I'd necessarily seen all the information, I think it was like, well, because I think I'd talked to Kuma about it very initially, and he was strongly arguing that it wasn't the G word. And I think my perspective was, well, even if it's not that, it's still really bad. So why are you arguing so hard about, like, I don't know, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a dispute over, like, well, even if it's not that, it's still bad enough that it doesn't really make sense to argue the toss about this. But yeah.
Of grooming a minor the situation entails. This optics debate has no reason to exist to begin with. Was this the nuance that you wanted to push in the first place? Well, this distinction doesn't matter at all.
Here are my current thoughts on Cinny. She didn't just speak inappropriately to a minor, she directly got them to engage with her fetish. She was 20 when she did this. She was at an age where she should have known better. I think she wanted to corrupt a minor in the same way she was corrupted when she was 14. She has also done many other inappropriate things with other minors.
Like I said that before, that's like, whatever crap you went through when you were a kid, you shouldn't, it's like, no, you can't put somebody else through some stuff like that because you went through it, and it's like, oh, that's normal. It's not normal. So
as well, she more than likely would have kept doing stuff like this for years. I still, however, do not believe she had any interest in kids. I do not think Cindy hurts children out of any form of desire for them or interest in hurting them. I don't think she would have ever asked for nudes of a minor, or to send nudes of herself to a minor. But the fact is, she hurt children. Even if it wasn't out of any form of maliciousness, she still did it. She groomed a minor not to get with them romantically, but to get them to draw art of her fetish, and to get them to read out a comic of her fetish, which is something I didn't know about until later on. I don't think it's right for people to call her a pedo, but she's certainly predatory.
She may be a predator, but I wouldn't go as far as to call her a pedo. Why are you saying this? Is it so you can claim that despite admitting your wrongs, there were a few things...
You could just also just say, well, she's a predator. And that's fine. And people are not going to care. Like, you don't even need to distinguish that. You can just say, well, they're obviously a predator. And people can put the pieces together from there.
I just say, wherever people are at in the world, there's going to be some people that look at it as she didn't do anything wrong. And then there's going to be some people out there where they're going to say, oh, no, the girl's 100% a groomer. Then you're going to have people out there that's going to be like, nah, she's a pedophile. I'm like, nah, what she's doing, that's some pedophile activities right there. Yeah, at the end of the day, you want to call whatever you want to call this girl, whether it's that, predator, groomer, pedophile, you know, whatever. But you still got to look at it as what she did was wrong. There ain't no title for that. It's like or I guess like no defense for it. What she did was wrong. So however you put it, that's how you put it. But at the end of the day, if you elaborate on it, you can't be all like, oh, well, it's somewhat wrong, or it's only 10% wrong, or it's only 20%. Nah. It's still wrong at the end of the day. And the funny thing is like, I out of all the movies to reference, I just remember this scene, and maybe people say it's fitting, maybe people may say it's not fitting, but there was this scene in the first Fast and Furious movie where Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, they had a race, and then Vin Diesel won the race. Paul Walker was all like, I almost had you, and Vin Diesel kind of gave him a little speech like, ain't no such thing as almost. It's like you either lose or you didn't. With this, it's like there ain't no, oh, well, she's not all the way a pedophile, or what she did wasn't all that bad. It's like you're either a pedophile or you're not. All right, so that's why I'm not hearing no to fit the scenes with this scenario. It's like, yeah, there ain't no such thing as like, well, she's not all the way a pedophile, or she's not all that bad, or what she did wasn't all that. No, what she did was bad. All right, if she hadn't done it, then there wouldn't be no case. There wouldn't be no conversation. But what she did, it's like it put her in that conversation. So, anyways,
you might think about it. Like, it just, again, seems really silly to be like, well, I wouldn't call them nonce, but I would call them a predator. Just say they're a predator, and then fine. People are going to go from there and figure it out, you know?
Because you were right about this whole time. Why are you acting like it's unreasonable for people to call Cindy a pedo? I seriously can't comprehend what other intent there could possibly be behind Cindy talking to a minor this way. The next set of allegations Jar covers involve people accusing him of hitting on Cindy Bear, even after finding out she had inappropriate conversations with a minor. Rizzing up on a groomer, as the kids would say.
As for the allegations of me rizzing up a pedo, this is also false. Cindy
herself
said she didn't think I was trying to make a pass at her.
I didn't think it was at the time. At the time, I thought it was just being, like, weird. I didn't think it was, like, an actual pass. Like, I was assuming that he was, like...
You're smarter than you're letting on.
Because I just thought it was strange to say, because it's just not something you say.
Because you thought it was a flirt.
Not really, it's just...
Well, then why would it be strange?
I mean... I don't know, it's just not, like, a thing I hear people say very often.
So what else could it have been?
Just him being autistic? I don't fucking know.
So I don't think I was hitting on her. She doesn't think I was hitting on her, and neither does my...
So therefore, it's like I wasn't doing. So it's like, my thing is this. If the intentions wasn't, oh, I didn't want her to be on my... Because he did say that. He did say that he wanted to, I guess, create like some sort of team again. He misses that, whatever. But my thing is this. So if you try to go back and say that that wasn't the case, like I didn't want to do no content, no videos or nothing with her. So what was the point of defending her? Because my thing is this. If I see somebody, let's just say it's somebody, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Yeah, let's say Jessica Alba, she I'm trying to think, like ran me over with a car or something, yeah, let's just say, yeah, Jessica Alba, she runs me over with a car, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not gonna look at it as like, oh, well, like, I'm just like really trying to piece together. Okay, I still got an idea, but it was something I was gonna say that left my mind. But anyways, she runs me over with a car, And then I'm like, oh well, it's not all that bad because it's she's attractive, she's this, she's that, and it's like, fam, she still did damage like that. It's like, so at the end of the day, it's like, what reasons do you have to support this girl? Because it's either you're trying to get something out of it. You know, so that's why I'm like, yeah, if it's not you wasn't trying to do no content with her, then it's like, yeah, then you have feelings for her. That's why I be saying to whoever his girlfriend is, I'm like, you really need to think about it. Like, is this the guy that you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Girlfriend. All three of the people who matter most on whether this was rizzing or not seem to be in agreement with one another.
I'm gonna be real with you, Jar. Majority of the people claiming you're rizzing a pedo are just fucking with you. However, the more you bring it
Bro, okay. I hate doing this because it feels very narcissistic and very self-centered and like, you know. I gave that exact take when I covered the video. I'm like, is this guy seeing my coverage or am I just too self-centered, bro? You could reasonably come to that conclusion by yourself. There was another thing he said that I said as well.
Yeah, I think, but it's just that's just the conversation with JustARobot, is that it's gonna be different, but it's still gonna be the same conversation.
I don't know. Am I being narcissistic? Is Diesel Patches a what about me? Me.
attention to this and blame your sense of humor or poor social skills for making it seem like you were hitting on Cinny Bear, the more people will just continue to make fun of you.
But they have a hard time believing that the sleepy time calls were not romantic in nature. The thing is, though...
No, JustARobot does have a girlfriend. He actually does have a girlfriend, 100%. No, this is Diesel Patches, the person that appeared on the stream. The challenge him with that clip was FPS Diesel.
This only happened once or twice, and they only lasted a couple of minutes. She herself confirmed that we did not goon.
This only serves to give viewers more ammunition. Like, do you really expect people to hear you say, guys, my sleepy time calls with that groomer did involve actual gooning, and not expect people just to make more jokes about it? And this is also something that involved actual gooning, and not expect...
Dude, what is this? I've never seen this before. This is great. This is brilliant. What is this? Where's this from? Dude, that is an absolute banger. I don't know who all these people are, though. Cinny Bear, Birdie. I don't know who these other three people are.
People just to make more jokes about it. And this is also something you already said from your first response video, and surprise, surprise, people still made jokes about you rizzing a pedo. So why would you think explaining yourself
it's Toastify, yo!
with the exact same talking points would lead to a different outcome?
Something I did not go over in my last response.
Oh good, finally something new. Maybe this new piece of information will do a better job explaining Jar's side of the story.
Something I did not go over in my last response is my whole interaction with the 16-year-old girl at the pool. I didn't think I needed to go over this originally, but a lot of people have been commenting about it. Some people, like Chuli, have even made the claim that I got an erection.
Okay, dude. I skipped this when I covered it.
But it's like, okay, because he was trying to, there was a night where me and him not too long ago where it was me, him, and it was a few other people, but it was actually K-Huck that started it. Like, I seen her tweet. And so, but there was like other people that was involved. I just can't think of everybody and stuff. There was also a racist fan of his that was, overall, they got themselves involved. And it just furthermore proved my point about him and his people. But anyways, but yeah, it was like he brought it up even then too. And then was still trying to say like, oh, show proof. He was like, I never asked for her ID or anything. It's like, okay, but what the thing is this though. Even if this was just some made-up scenario, why do you think something is gonna happen? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is what's gonna go down? Because I think, if you would have elaborated, because it's like you pretty much told the beginning of a story, but then you just it wasn't even a cliffhanger. Like, you just told, like, hey, so once upon a time, there was being a 16-year-old girl. Then you just got up and walked away. And it's like, bro, elaborate. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Because I'm scared of my own shadow at the moment. I'm literally terrified. I'll just let it play. I'm just gonna let it play and not say a word.
from seeing the 16-year-old girl at the pool.
One thing I feel isn't brought up enough, and something Jar hasn't responded to, is how he admitted to not being able to go to public pools because underage 16-year-old girls might show up and he won't be able to stop himself from leering at and daydreaming about them, causing himself to get an erection.
That's what they say happened. Now let's listen to what I actually said. Like, can I tell you the worst part about being a guy? I'm at the pool, just relaxing. 16-year-old girl shows up in her bikini. I realize I have to get the fuck out of there right now because, like, I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm going to daydream. I'm going to look in her general direction, and then suddenly a situation is going to happen. So I realize, like, whenever I see a 16-year-old girl in a bikini while I'm at the pool, I'm like, well, time to go home.
It's like, where are you at to where there are 16-year-old girls at the pool just chilling and stuff? Because I feel like they have a right to be there. You, on the other hand, yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing where if we ever do figure out JustARobot's name, I guarantee and I promise you, he's definitely a registered offender. Somewhere maybe in the United States, maybe in different countries. I really don't know at the end of the day. But anyways. I never implied that I got an erection or any other form of arousal. If you get a boner in the pool, the last thing you should do is get out of the water.
Okay, bro, I'm going to give you some charitability because you claim your intention behind saying that is it's easier for guys to get accused of being a creep, but saying that you'll accidentally be daydreaming while looking at a 16-year-old in a bikini makes you sound creepy as fuck no matter what your intention is. That guy saying you pop a boner, a little chubby, whenever you see high schoolers.
By the way, there was absolutely no reason to include this. I've got no idea what channel this is that said this. But if I had to guess, it's probably some art commentary community shitter. JustARobot saw it. It's probably got barely any views. And he probably thought, oh shit, I better respond to this because someone said it on the internet about me. But you could probably just ignore this and not pay it any attention, and people aren't gonna think of it again.
I do remember when this because I think I reacted to the original video and stuff. So, but I think it's one of those things where a lot of stuff came out about JustARobot last year. And yeah, from his like I guess like him being a pedophile to the Cinebear stuff to the VidCon stuff, and then there was this, and there's probably some other things that was mentioned too that overall there was like but the point that I'm trying to make is that how far the Cinebear stuff went, it's like, yeah, we've somewhat reached the end of it, but I felt like that there is a lot of different categories to where we're going to see more of like within those categories and stuff. So I think like, yeah, it's definitely the start of something where when it does end, it's gonna probably be, something where it went from him having this conversation to, hey guys, so I've been gone for a while because I was serving a prison sentence, because seen a 16-year-old at the swimming pool and hit his ideas, and it's like, yeah, bro. So that's what I'm saying. It's definitely one of those things where JustARobot, the reason why he says the things he says and does the thing he does is because he knows that something is going to come out of it with any and everything. But the thing is this: if that's not the case, then just overall look at his channel. It's like every time he made a video talking about something or talking about somebody, there was more, there was a follow-up with it. So anyways,
but obviously he decided to include it and then just make matters worse for himself by, essentially dredging all this up again. Like, just absolutely obscenely bad decision making once again from JustARobot.
Is a stretch, but why the hell would you even make this hypothetical in the first place? All in all, do I think Jar is some irredeemable weirdo creep like Cinebear? No, I think he's just dumb. He's right in saying that he makes himself an easy target, especially since Jar has made a living and built his channel off of criticizing other YouTubers. I recommend he just focuses on reviewing movies and TV shows. He's obviously passionate about it and does offer decent insight for niche media.
Oh, he just cuts off there.
Yeah, I said the
Damn,
same
that was a good
thing.
bit of Jar 10. I enjoyed that. A little bit of trip down memory lane with some of those clips. Very based.
It's like maybe he meant to do that.
Although I'm sure you know who Diesel Patches is.
Yeah, I just think that at the end of the day, just a robot. He needs to quit content creating, because if he continues, it's definitely gonna be a situation where he gets himself caught up in some more crap. So, but anyways, yeah, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Chud Logic. Show love, show support, be greatly appreciated. Like, subscribe to me too, and oh yeah, make sure you also go subscribe to Diesel Patches. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.